Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be in the world today. Um, Good morning. God woke us up. Thank you, God, for allowing us to wake up and see another day, giving us our limbs and mobility to move around despite all that is going on around us. I titled this Growing, Learning, and Healing as I'm beginning a new series of the process. I'm just bringing me to you so we can kind of get to know each other um, a little better and to understand a little bit about my process and my journey of how I got here and what's going on while I'm here. How about that? Um, I'm going to turn the air on a little bit. I'm sitting in the car today. I'm happy to be helping out and getting one of our fellow veterans to the Veterans Administration um, hospital to get their treatment that they need. And it's important. I've been sharing with you all down my page different presenters. You are about to raise your hand. Okay, I don't know what that is. I'm getting all this stuff down here. I don't know, it's picking it up or whatever. But okay, I don't want to raise my hand. But what I was saying about my page, if you're following me, and I'm not that I owe anyone an explanation, but I feel that the more that you kind of understand my mindset and how I am going about growing and developing in life and in business, um, you will see that I share tons of information from other uh, entrepreneurs like myself. Many of them have been doing it for years, and some are starting out just like me. And I believe that as an entrepreneur and being new to entrepreneurship, as I'm learning, it doesn't hurt to share some of the information that comes along the way as I'm going. Because as I'm growing and building myself and uh, getting accustomed to my new life and lifestyle, as well as being mindful of my thoughts and some of the challenges that may come my way, and realizing that most of the things that occurred to me in my life happened for me in my life. Everything was not meant to destroy me, and that sometimes God allows us to go through some things to help us become better people, better uh, men and women, better parents, better mates, better, just better people, period, better beings in the world. There's a lot of things that I am passionate about. There's a lot of things that I would like to give and help with. However, I am just one person and I have to narrow down my passions. I have to also think about how viable and capable am I to be a part of everything that I would love to be a part of. I find other ways to support. And if you're anything like me, you're a giver, caregiver, mother, parent, um, co-worker, friend, associate, and you care about the people in your life. And you want them to thrive and you want them to uh, become the best them that they can be. Um, and a lot of times in that process, we can drop gems. We can give, we can drop gems. We can share our knowledge. We can share information, our books, techniques, um, and things of that nature with a person while they're in our presence. However, being one that has taken courses and have taken class and having people feed into me, give to me some of the tools and skills that I have that help me navigate over time. I found that it was nice for the gifts and the gems, but I had to take them with me and I had to practice them. I had to be intentional about ensuring that I wrote down my goals, that I uh, took the action steps that was needed in order for me to achieve them, whether I achieved them or not. And if I didn't achieve them, why didn't I achieve them? Or what stopped me from achieving them? And in the growing, learning, and healing process, those of you that know my story, single mom, I'm a parent. I hate to say single mom. I said I wasn't going to say that anymore. So I'm a parent and a grandparent. I've been married twice and divorced. I have cared for my loved ones, family members, and my parents, as well as I currently am a part of a dynamic team that is helping take care of my 91-year-old grandmother presently. And I think I made a post this morning in reference to life guides and how I stated life guides saved my life. And I think I needed to clarify that a little bit more. It wasn't so dramatic, like, oh, I signed up for life guides, began learning and going through their training to become a life guide. But in the process of being after training and being a life guide, and after speaking with others that utilize the service through their companies, helped me to see that, we may be in other parts of the world doing different things, living a different life, but we're very much similar in what we may experience or what we may be feeling from the experience, or just going through life navigation problems as far as being having your relationship and the relationship take a turn, or raising your children and being concerned about how they're responding to you, how they're contributing to the family, or maybe going off to college and you're concerned that they're not going to follow the proper meal plan and eat right, like when they're home with you, or just coming to find out and seek where you are right now in your life, and kind of be the blank canvas for someone to paint on, so that they can see exactly where they are and where they would like to go. And in that process, it's a dynamic. I don't want to say dynamic. It's amazing the exchange that takes place. When you're listening to someone and you can identify with certain things, and if it's something that you may have experienced or can understand where they're coming from, how we work together to work through getting them where they need to be. And I shared in that post how being a life guide, sometimes we get to lean on each other and experience our own gifts, and experience our own gifts as well as others' gifts. And through the guide session initiatives, it has been amazing, because as a guide, you're taking calls and you're helping others. And as a guide, we still have lives and we still have things that we're working on as well. And it's amazing that we get to come together and we can call on each other and help each other work through some of the things that we're going through personally. And I'm one that really doesn't have a problem sharing or disclosing anything personal about my life, especially if it's something that is kind of like a thorn in my side that I'm having difficulty working through, or I find it challenging, and I want to get over that challenge. I want to overcome the challenge. I don't want to stay stuck and stagnated with the challenge. And I know that every challenge that comes in my life is there to either grow me, teach me something, or make me better. So, in the motions of becoming better, I had the opportunity to join Life Guides and become a part of a dynamic team that not only helps me work through the grief of the loss of my parents, and some deal with some of the family issues that may have occurred during those times. It also gave me a safe space and place to be myself, to be who I am, to bring everything that comes with me to the table and share that with others. And I enjoy doing that. But in doing so, I also receive a lot from others. And the past couple of weeks have been an eye opener for me, because I've realized that I have been carrying a lot over the last couple of years. And when I say couple of years, I mean it's been a journey. It may be 10, if not more years, things that I've kind of just carried. And part of it is because, being a parent, you don't have the option to take a day off, or don't feel well, or to not do something. You're always going to be doing something as a parent, whether it's caring for your children, taking care of the household, making sure the household has what it needs, and doing what you need to do to ensure that it has what it needs. And in this process, I share with everyone that I finally got a chance to take a real holiday. It was a local holiday, but I got a chance to take a real holiday. I had a few days to be in Ocean City, Maryland, which was wonderful. Um, really great, because you get to, now that I'm in this new arena of building a home-based business, I got a chance to kind of play with some of the things that's in my back office for travel. So I not only got a chance to learn as I earn, I also got a chance to get some me time and realize that I was tired, guys. That I was overly tired and exhausted. I wasn't even aware that I was working on burnout. And it could be rightfully so, because I'm so used to working on burnout and just working right through it that I don't even pay any mind to it, until there was a session, a team meeting, where we got to share a little bit about ourselves. And I shared that I feel like I'm having a breakdown while I'm still trying to hold myself together, still trying to stay focused and diligent in doing my goals, but not really feeling confident in pursuing them or expediting them. Feelings of not so much not being enough, but that I don't have enough that would be beneficial to someone else, or that could be helpful outside of what I've already given. And I also realized that I am a good giver, but I'm not a very gracious, good receiver. I'm very good at helping someone else do things, solve problems, work things out. But when it comes to me having to solve problems, work things out, and asking for help and needing help is not one of my greatest attributes. And I know I'm not alone in this. I know that there's others that probably feel the way that I feel, or do the things that I do. They just kind of keep it to themselves, like I was keeping it to myself, and just living life and making it through day by day. But through my experience of becoming a home-based business owner, and the journey that I'm traveling in, the courses that I have been blessed to have taken thus far and still working on. I have a few that I'm in the process of finishing now and trying to get everything together. I know that um, the lessons that I have invested in are lessons that are going to grow me, and the value of the lessons that I've learned and the information that I've received thus far. I also realize that it's going to take some time to nurture it, practice it, and become more comfortable with it as I go along and get better at it. But if I do nothing with it, it's going to go nowhere. It sits nowhere. And it's not the fault of the instructor of the course. It's not nobody's fault but my own, because I paid for a course, got information and got the value, but I didn't take any action steps to produce any fruits in my own life. I didn't plant any seeds of the information in my own life. So in planting the informations of seeds in our own life, I just wanted to share, because through the training, I'm learning that we can block our own selves in a variety of ways of thinking. And it's all a part of our mindset. And even if you're a positive person, because I tend to think that I try to look at the brighter side of life, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, I will make light of even the toughest situation. I'm going to find a way to make a joke, make somebody laugh. Even if tears are running down my face, I'm going to find a reason to smile as I wipe them away. So I found in life that even no matter how bad it gets, if I can find the light, I'm going to be fine. And sometimes, when you think about it, being in a dark spot isn't always a bad spot to be. Sometimes it's something for you to learn out of that. And it takes a lot of work, internal work. And you have to be intentional about it. You have to be mindful of what you're thinking and how you're thinking it, or why you're thinking it. And is this going to benefit me? And if it's not benefiting you, and if it's making you feel like you're sinking more, you want to change that and change your thoughts to lighter thoughts, more positive thoughts. That's good, because when you change your mind to more positive thoughts, you do feel lighter. And doing so, all the education that I'm getting and have gotten over the years, and I have tons of education. Some I use, some I don't use. Some I put into practice, some I didn't put into practice. And my life kind of resembles that. So, but for the most part of what I use, it's working out okay. I know that nothing that I start today or tomorrow is going to be completed today or tomorrow. I know that there is a journey in this, and you guys are a part of my journey now. Being an entrepreneur, becoming an entrepreneur, becoming a better person, becoming a better coworker, becoming a better employee, becoming a better being for myself and for my family and for those that are going to come into my life, because I'm sure I still have much more life to live. And this is just the beginning of meeting even more great people, because everyone I've met so far, good, bad, or indifferent, in the scheme of things, we all go through things, and each individual is just as dynamic and diverse as they are, and they bring all the gems and jewels that they have with them. And I've found a way to accept people for who they are. When people show you who they are, believe them. It's true. Now, is everybody going to be your friend? No. Is everybody going to come to you when needing help? No. But those that will, I think that those that come to us for help, it's a reciprocated circle, because not only are you giving, but you're also receiving, and we develop a better, greater understanding as human beings, as in the work that we do every day, and our purpose, our purpose in life. Um, and and going into the purpose of life, as I think about my life, um, basically, uh, I love my life. I love it. Am I where I think I may want to be? Uh, not. I don't think so. Because my vision showed me greater and more better things than what I have right now. But am I happy and grateful with what I have and where I am right now? You bet your rabbit ass that I am, and pardon my French. I am so blessed to be where I am right now, because I know that I did it. I did the work, and I know that I am reaping the benefits from things that I have sown earlier on in my life. Um, and I try to make sure that in life, whoever's path I may cross, I always find something positive or something to say to them, to encourage them, to make them feel better. Because life can get tough sometimes. And when life gets tough, that's usually when the stinking thinking tries to set in. And I was holding on to some stinking thinking and not even being aware that I was carrying this stinking thinking with me for quite some time. And I had to reevaluate, I had to look, because that stinking thinking was affecting me in every area of my life. It was showing up as a little monster. It was, and was causing me to have complications and kind of like butting heads, or you know, causing a lack of communication, a lack of understanding, and a lack of reasoning, to help me grow. So in all of this, I want to grow and I want to help others grow. But to sit here and act like I don't have any problems or I don't have issues and concerns, um, in my own life, that would be fake. That would be false information. Oh, bad. Oh shoot, is it not charging? Okay, hold on back. I want to make sure that I did this correctly, because it's telling me low battery, and I failed to plug off this up yesterday. Okay, hold on. I don't know if you guys can see me or what you're seeing, because I got some stuff going on. Okay, well, hopefully maybe that'll work. But anyway, hopefully this will, I've got things the way it's supposed to be now. I'm hoping so. Let me see the computer still. All right. Well, I'm gonna go as long as I can with this, and realizing that I don't want to be fake. I don't want to be giving false teachings, and I want you to know that I am a real person and that I have real feelings and I go through things too. In this process, I've realized that there are some things that can block us. And me being a good receiver and not, I mean, a good giver and not a good receiver was one of them. And it led to me to look at the definition of what is a money block. Anyway, what is some of the things that can block us? We can have money blocks. We can have blocks that show up that in our, not only in our finances, in our relationships, in our everyday life, and we want to become better. So it says a block is a series of thoughts, a mindset, or a feeling that gets in the way of your accomplishments, the success, like getting out of debt, saving money, increasing your income streams, or living a lifestyle of your dreams. So, what are some of the things that could possibly be blocking? You may need to declutter everything in your life. I think I've made a post where I showed you guys my desk, my home office desk, where I'm learning so much, and everything just kind of just piled up. And for me, that is it's sort of like organized chaos because now I done cleaned everything up, and I got to go back through the stuff to figure out where I put everything that I needed. Even though when I was cleaning up, I put it up thinking that I was going to be making a better filing system for myself, but I didn't. So organization is definitely something I could benefit from, and something that I need to intentionally practice on a regular basis. Um, Let go of grudges. Um, People that have wronged you, or you may feel as though that something didn't go the way that you thought it should be, or things just didn't work out the way you would have liked it to be. So let that stuff go. Just live in the moment, and learn how to just live in that day. And that's a process too, and learning how to let grudges go, because um, I forget what I saw it somewhere. It says revenge. So if you go for revenge for someone, you might as well dig two graves, because you're not only thinking you're harming that person or whatever you're going to do to get your revenge on that person, but you're basically harming yourself, because you're not allowing yourself to be open for new things to come in. You're kind of holding on to old stuff in the past, and we can't change the past. We can only change the present and the future. So, and how we change that is by things that we do in our present moment to make our future brighter. So you want to let go of grudges. You want to dance like your life depends on it. I love music. You guys know that if you follow me. There's sometimes, depending upon, I kind of like all kind of genres of music. It depends on what kind of mood I'm in and what I need to bring me back to my center. So dancing and singing and just moving around will make you feel so much more better, and it will give you a better outlook. It definitely clears the mind. It definitely does clear the mind, dancing around and dancing like your life depends on it, because you only get one life, and you got to make the best of it. So you might as well live it the best of your ability. Um, Live a life of gratitude and thanksgiving for it all. Uh, be grateful to have life. Be grateful to wake up that morning. Even if you're not feeling your best, if God woke you up that morning, you know, but if you're having negative thoughts first thing in the morning, change it around and say, thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up. Thank you, God, for allowing me to put my feet on the floor. Thank you, God, for allowing me to brush my teeth. Thank you, God, for allowing me to put clothes on, to have clothes to put on. Thank you, God, for allowing me to wake up in my bed. Little things, little moments of thankfulness and gratitude that many of us may take for granted, until we don't have that ability to do it anymore. Then you know just how precious it is to have it. But if you can change your mindset to a more grateful and thankful mindset, attitude, it helps you get through your day. And you'll find that even if your day started out bad, by the end of the day, you're having a blast. The day was not as bad as you thought it was going to be, and it turned out to be pretty good. Keynote here for me that I had to take care of, that I'm working on presently now and being intentional about it, is make your self-care first and foremost, because you cannot give from an empty cup. And yesterday after the session, I realized that the whole point of filling your cup is to help those as what is within you begins to overflow. And if you put good things and positive things in you, good things and positive things are going to flow out of you and on to others. So my cup is a little low. So I have to replenish that. I have to replenish my cup and continue to make sure that my cup is full, so that I don't lose myself again. Because I'm sure that over this journey, and for me to get to where I am right now, I have lost myself several times. And for the grace of God, I thank him. I so thank him that he has helped me, or put people in my path, people, places, and things that help me to reconnect and realize that I have to be present in order to live this life, and no amount of trying to help someone else and not helping myself is going to help me if I can't help myself first. If I can't help myself first, there's no way I can help anyone else. And you may have been able to do it in the past, because I have been able to do it in the past. Still helping people on burnt out, on limited funds, on limited emotionals, not even really capable to take on mentally uh, what others may want to share with me. But I learned to, you know, I've learned to either step back, take a breath, or at least express that, right now I'm not mentally able to take all of that in right now. I can't process it. So learning to speak up and find my own voice, and speaking up for myself and speaking up for the things that I don't like, can't kind of take on right now, or definitely will not no longer tolerate. I'm practicing now. I'm practicing that, being quiet isn't always the best solution, but sometimes it is. Sometimes if the solution, if the conversation is going nowhere, and you're constantly repeating the same things, and you're going nowhere, and you're finding yourself doing the blame game back and forth. Oh, it's because you did XYZ, or if you didn't do XYZ, like, that's a conversation that's going nowhere. That's the one conversation I probably will continue to be quiet in, because I need the conversation to go somewhere. I need it to lead somewhere, whether it's going to be good, bad, or indifferent in the end of it. I need it to be a two-way conversation and not a blame game conversation. And I need to be able to look at myself and assess as where I may be, see where I may be not so perfect in everything. I'm really curious how this is going to come out. So with that being said, anyhow, because while I'm working through some glitches, because I forgot to plug up last night, make yourself first and foremost. Be intentional about it every day, about giving yourself some time for you. Um, Whatever point of the day it is. In the beginning, you might need to practice and do it several times throughout the day, where you just find a moment to give something to you, so that you can fill your cup to help others. Writing down your goals to make it reality. I've written down many goals, and I'm still writing goals. Some of them have manifest themselves, and some of them did not. Um, and partly, if they did not, part of that has to do with where my mindset was at the time, the action steps that I took to diligently make it come about. And some things I just did them out of just because it's just programming, just automatic pilot. Because as a human and as a parent and spouse, or co-worker, whatever, some things we just do automatic pilot because this is what we do on a daily basis. You don't need a lot of instructions. It just happens. It's just what you do. Um, but writing down your goals and making them reality is very good. And doing a journal I have plenty of journals, and finding my way is kind of partly part of a journal, and just everyday life trying to share my experience, because like I share with you, this experience is amazing for me. It has been such an enlightening experience, to believe in myself, to bet on myself, despite what others may say or think about what it is that I'm doing. The more that I step into it, the more I lean into it and embrace my new beginning, the better it's becoming. And it's not perfect, not by a long shot, because in the beginning, I'm sure I'm making a lot of mistakes. I'm sure there's some things I probably need to go back over and redo. Um, but at the same time, I still have to keep moving. I still have to keep growing, and I still have to keep pushing myself forward. Um, because sometimes mistakes happen, and some you can correct and some you can't. Some you just deal with that you got to deal with in order to move on. But it's either way, you're going to learn something. And the whole thing is to learn, to continue to learn. How do we kind of break some of these blocks that may come in our money, in our relationships, in our health, in our wealth, in our finances? How do we break those things? We break them by trying to have a positive attitude on a daily basis. And you try to create a productive mindset around your money, around your relationships, around your dreams, visions, and goals, and your lifestyle that you're trying to live. You have to constantly be intentional every day to create productive activities. Now, are you going to be productive every day? No. I just want to tell you that some days you're productive at not being productive. And that's okay too. You have to learn how to give yourself some grace and allow yourself that process, or whatever it is that process is going to take you through. Because I found that for me, allowing that space to come and for me to do that, whether it's going back and reviewing a lesson, or go back and rereading something, or trying to do something else, it helps and things sink in. Repetition is good. The more you hear something, the more you see something, the better you begin to understand it, the more a part of it becomes of you. And that's with anything that you do in life, whether you're starting a new job, going to school, to build your career, starting your new career, because it takes time to learn that as well. Everything we do in life is a learning process. First time parenting, all of that. First time married, first time engaged, first time dating. It's all a process. And we have to know who we are as a person. It helps to know who you are as a person, and what you want and what you don't want, and how you see your life, and how you would like your life to be. And hopefully we're having these conversations before we're connecting with other people and inviting them into our lives, because you don't want to have a messy life and then invite someone else into your messy life, and their life is not so together either, because it may benefit that you need the time to separate, to get yourselves together, to see where you want to go, and if you can even possibly come back and rejoin again. And that's with anything in life, even in your family. And family over everything is my motto. It's not just what I say, it's what I do. And I understand that everybody in your family is not going to be supportive. Everybody in your family is not going to join you on the thing, but your family's job and responsibility is to love you unconditionally, love you for who you are, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. And every family has, like I like to say, little clusters. There's a cluster of generations. Each generation has their core groups that they interact with. And there's some core groups that are cross generations, so to speak, where you'll find some of the younger is mixed in with the younger generation, mixed in with the middle generation, mixed in with the older generation. So sometimes there's a good kind of mix with that. But one thing a family does teach you is how to be independent and operate independently of the family. But knowing that you have a responsibility in the family. Now, we all know that everyone is not going to step up to the plate for the responsibility in the family, nor do they feel as though that they should step up, because they're their own individual selves and they've created their own individual lives, and that's fine. But what we're not going to do is tear each other down. We're not going to break each other apart. If we find you walking crooked and possibly making some choices that are not benefiting your life, we are going to speak on it, because I feel as though that if we don't speak on it, we don't love you enough. And we love you enough to speak on it because we think that you're important enough to save. But do you think that you're important enough to save yourself? So, with that being said, I associate family with everything that I do, because A family is a core group of people that genuinely care for one another and care for the overall family goal of being a successful, loving family and building the family and being there to be support for the family. Um, and we also are aware of those that may not want to be so tight knit with the family. And we respect that. We respect that. But, it's called check-in. Check-in once in a while. Just check in on somebody, see how they're doing. Someone you haven't talked to in a while, call them up, send them a text, uh, set up a Zoom meeting. Just have a discussion with them. 10, 15 minutes, 5 minutes. Makes all the difference. But at least you've talked to that person, that you know you've touched space with that person in some kind of way or reached out to them. But today we have so many ways to reach out with each other, and meet up with each other. And sometimes in the families, we break down and then we get so far away from each other and living our own lives that the next generation doesn't even know each other because we're so spread out, and we don't hardly come together so that we can know each other. And in real life, we're walking in the same city, same towns, same states, and we're walking right past family members that don't even know their family members. So that's why I push the whole family over everything, because we need to know who we are. We need to know who we're connected to. And we need to know that we are here for each other, and ensure that the next generation knows that, as well as while we're taking care of ourselves, building ourselves, learning ourselves, growing, and all that, and pursuing the lifestyles that we want to live. Um, I took a little money block test, and it came out that it says that I definitely understand the wealth is. I understand that wealth is built over the long haul, and flashy purchases aren't a representation of my worth or values as a person. Odds are you're fairly well versed in basic personal finances, which is true, and investment concepts, and prefer to keep things simple. You never want to stress over money, and if you stick to your guns, it might very well work out. And that's true. Which leads me back to the money block thing that I'm working on, because now that I've had some time to digest and look at it, as a single mom, um, money was never like the big thing for me. Money was always something that I needed to use to purchase things, and to build a life for my children. So never being without money was a problem. It's just the fact that the matter of having money, having enough money, or having more than enough money to do what I needed to do. And for me, oftentimes it was me having just enough money to do what I needed to do, and not really being able to do all of that. And now that I am in a new phase of my life, a new realm of my life where that struggle is no longer there, I still hold on to some of those old ways. Robbing Peter to pay Paul to get things done. Maybe when I become overwhelmed with everything that I'm doing. Okay, well, I hope that this works, because my iPad died. So, and wrapping things up, like I was saying, when things would get rough, sometimes there would be what you call like blocks. When I get overwhelmed or stressed, I notice that I will spend. Uh, um, Maybe not real recklessly, but I will just like say, forget this. I need to go do what I need to do just to blow this off. So, and seeing those certain patterns, I'm learning to not get to that overwhelm point, but I'm learning to better plan for the things that I really do enjoy and that I really do like to do. I find that because I gave so much, and gave so little to myself, that I had to learn how to give a little more to myself and be a little bit more generous to myself, to make sure that I get those
times at the beach, because we all know that I love the water. I love the beach. I love the waves. I could sit there all day. Um, it's just a oneness that I feel with God. It's a wholeness. It's something about that water that just kind of gets me going and reboots my boat. Um, I've learned that, it's okay to give to me. Maybe I think that I was feeling guilty to put me first. I think as a mother, I think other mothers can identify with that. The fear of putting yourself first, because we're constantly given to these little people that didn't ask to be here, and we want to make it the best experience for them. We don't want them to suffer or go without or lack anything. So we try to do as much as we can to fulfill that. And it wasn't until the empty nest syndrome that I realized that I did my job. I gave them what they needed. I gave them the love that they needed to grow. I gave them the attention that they needed to help them become better, confident, and more confident beings as they grew, into to be able to help them better make better choices as they're going, and living their life. And now they're actually living their life, and doing it separate from me. So that was an adjustment period there too, as well, because then I had to learn how to. Well, I still shop big, but I'm learning. I'm learning how to shop for smaller, to shop just enough for me. And if I want to buy extra, I'll buy extra just in case someone else may stop by to get it, so I can have some to share. So there's a lot of different things that's going on with me. Not only am I realizing that I can overcome the challenges that came in my life, um, and they didn't kill me. They kind of stretched me a little bit. They made me have to go a little deeper within myself and look and see, you know, is this something I can learn from? Can I benefit from it? Is it, and what can I learn from it to now becoming a home-based business owner, and learning that arena, and learning, being diligent and intentional about learning everything I need to learn, expediting and taking action steps that I need to take to get it all done, and um, getting better at coming and presenting, and not feeling worried that what I'm sharing, by me sharing my experience, can help someone. At least I hope so. Um, it's not that I'm, you know, um, thinking that my experience wouldn't help someone. It's just that, you know, there's and it leads back to mindset, because you worry about what others think of you, what they say, like, oh, she's telling all her business or whatever. Well, guess what? It didn't matter whether I told my business or not, because sometimes what you do will show anyway. So you just want to make sure that you're doing the best things that you can do, despite of it, because they talked about Jesus, they're darn sure going to talk about you. So after I developed that concept and became one with that, I said, I've just began sharing. And it doesn't matter in what area. I share my experience with whomever may come my way or who may inquire. Um, just like I share my opportunities. And I know I say a lot that self-mastery is the key. And I say that only because self-mastery really truly is the key, because I can give you the key. I can open the door, but you have to walk through it, and you have to take the journey. And everyone's journey is different, because our lives are different. Our lifestyle dreams are different. Our visions are different, um, but yet we're similar, because we all want to come create uh, multiple streams of income to better our lives and better ourselves. We're not only utilizing the products and services that we are a part of, we are also helping others as well by sharing them. And what I'm learning is, as an entrepreneur, a lot of us, when you get together with the like-minded people that are doing the darn thing, and they are building and they're growing and they want to reach more people, I'm finding that we have a common goal and we support each other. We do. We support each other. We buy each other's products. We support each other's adventures that we're doing, whether it's an event or um, just an event or an activity that they're doing, whatever the entrepreneurs in your life that you're working with or you're surrounding yourself with. I'm pretty sure most of you can come to the consensus and say that we're working together. We're working as teams to help as many people that we can, because what I'm finding is in this life, there's going to always be something. There's going to always be something going on. Like right now, it's a time in our lives where there's so much going on. We've got the storm that happened last night. We got the storm that happened in Haiti. We've got people still fighting for their equal rights. We're fighting for just the basic right to walk down the street and not be shot at because of your color or whatever that is all about. Um, there's tons of issues. There's veterans that families that are affected. People that gave their life, they made a choice and the decision to go and serve for our country, and then our country kind of turns around and shit on them. It's not pretty cool. That's not cool at all. So we want to help. There's so many people out here to help that one person could never do it alone. Nobody could do it by themselves. It's going to take all of us, and that's why I come before you. I just needed to come to you and just be me. Just be a human person, because we can get caught up in the whole social media thing, and making the life look glamorous and all that. And some of our lives are glamorous, and because that's the lifestyle that we choose. And some of us are just regular average Jews like me. We just do what we do, and there's no big thing, no celebration or anything about it. Doesn't make it right or wrong. It just means that we exist and we live in this world together, and we're all on one common mission, and that is to help one another. And we saw from various celebrities that you can achieve your goals and achieve the amount of success that you want, but if you don't set things in place so that your wishes and things can be carried out, or what you have actually been blessed with to build and grow and establish as successful for your life. God forbid you leave here and you leave no instructions or anything, or you have nothing set up for it to continue to stay. So that's a big part of my mission, is to help others grow their business and services, um, and also help them to make it sustainable, long lasting. And what are the key components for that? Um, it's a lot of different things that you got to do to bring it all together to ensure that it helps. And investing in yourself is definitely a big part of it along the way. Whether it's investing in a mutual fund, investing in a certificate deposit, whether it's investing in the stock market and learning the trade and stock market system, Biocon, there's all kind of Forex, there's all kind of types of investment opportunities, I want to say, out here. But I definitely would say take your time to research the information, read up on it, find out what suits you best, and then choose. Because that's how you're going to begin to build your wealth. We all know that getting up and going to work every day has never built our wealth. And some of us can even ask if going to work every day is it even healthy for us? Is our work environment toxic? Is it a healthy work environment for us? But yet we go every day, and we get our paychecks, and we are appreciative of that. But we got to be mindful to make sure that we are taking care of ourselves too, just in case we should be working in a toxic work environment. Um, we also want to be more aware about how we're spending our money, what we're spending our money on. And if you have money blocks like me, where sometimes you might get a little overwhelmed and you might overspend, or you may not, quote unquote, utilize your money in the best way that's going to suit you, you might want to take some time and look at, how you can possibly do that better. And Wealth, United Wealth Education uh, program, membership program will definitely provide you the tools and the skills for that, to get you on track financially if finances is a, a, a a challenge for you, or if it's not a challenge for you. It's a fine tool to not only use for yourself, but your whole family, and get everybody on board, and help those little people become more uh, investment savvy as they are growing. Because I know for my little people, when they get a little money, they like to spend it. And we are constantly on a challenge trying to show them the importance of saving their money, investing their money in something. And some of them are too young to really understand right now. So that just means that we're going to constantly be repeating and repeating and repeating this. So as we're repeating it and as we're learning it for ourselves, the better we're all going to become as a family. And I'm so grateful for that. There's a few other things as well, but I started this out just to come and say good morning, God bless you, and that I'm human. I'm a real human being. There's a few of you that have reached out to me, and have set some appointments, and I have not gotten back to you. And for that, I apologize. I'm having some technical issues because I'm not technical savvy. I've set some things in place, but I'm not sure how I get the notifications for them, and or I may have forgotten the link to get, not the link, but the password to get in. So I'm trying, as I'm navigating and working through and building and getting everything all together so that we can connect a little better and become, to get the opportunity to where we can obviously maybe one day come together virtually and just have a one-on-one session with each other, either individually or as a group. Right now, I like to invite you to all group activities that I'm a part of, because our health and wellness is our life. And if we don't take care of our health and wellness, uh, we will definitely deteriorate and leave from here. And I want us to have the best quality of life that we can have. And I want it for everyone, not just for myself, because I'm honest and open about where I am and what I'm doing. And and every day isn't always a battle, but some days are a struggle. Some days are a struggle to stay and remain positive. Some days are a struggle to believe that, this too shall pass, no matter how much the pressure feels on your back. Um, but I'm human. I'm human just like you. I'm a woman that decided to bet on herself. I figured I've done everything that I could possibly do. I've taken advantage of every opportunity that was offered to me that I thought would suit me. And as I have embarked on this opportunity of home-based business, um, the same rules still apply. I'm only going to get out of it what I put into it. And if I don't put much into it, I'm not going to get much out of it. And if I put enough effort into it and actually learn a little bit more than what I'm learning now, to help others, I figure I might be of value and of support to my team members and and business partners who are doing the same thing. We're all growing together. We're all wanting to help one another and support one another, and be there. And we're doing just that. And as always, I invite you to come, and join me and my partners, business partners, fellow customers, because like I said, I not only Am I a customer of the products and services that I am a part of? I I decided to take a chance for myself and take advantage of the opportunity. So as I'm growing and learning, I love to have others join me to come and grow and learn, because as we're developing professionally and personally as well as professionally, we want to make sure, or I want to make sure, and I know I'm not alone in this. I want to make sure that when we achieve that success goal or that lifestyle goal that we're going for, that we are going to be in our right frame of minds, that we're going to be in the right place, in the right space to enjoy that, and that others will see that as well. We don't want to work this hard to achieve our goals and lose our minds. It kind of takes me back to a Bible verse that says, to whom much is given, much is required. It's kind of like one of those things. Um, and in order to receive, you have to give. And giving is easy for some, and giving is hard for some. But either way, at some point in your life, you learn how to give, and give is reciprocal. You give, you take, you give, you take. It's just like money, it flows. It's a currency. So we use it as we're going where we need to go. It's bargaining, trading. I mean, the government and a lot of how um, this world was developed was based off of trading and bartering. So that means that someone has something that you may have, that you may need or want, and you work out some kind of way to get what you want out of the thing. And becoming a better person, becoming a better me, creating other streams of income was important to me. And I just want to share with you all that it is possible. If you think you're going to come in and just, do it overnight and not get some of the work done, don't sign up for it, because you're going to be very sad and disappointed. And then you're probably going to be putting bad reviews everywhere. And nobody wants that. So know where you are first in your life, and know what you're trying to go after. Even if you don't know what you're going after, if you just want to try something different, know that you have to allow yourself the time to see the difference. And you're going to feel all these different emotions and things. You're going to feel a lot, because you want to be. I'm going to use me as an example. I'm not going to use anyone else. I can only speak from me, from my experience, and I hope that my experience will help someone else, or maybe someone else can say, yeah, I kind of experienced that too. Yeah, I went through that too. And share how you got through it. Big part for me starting over was the whole separation of myself from family and friends and different things that I used to do, because I started doing investing in myself and betting on me. I wasn't able to do them. Um, I wasn't able to do them as well as and put in the time that I needed to put in to do what I needed to do to get to where I am right now. And believe it or not, I'm still at the beginning. Every time I finish something or I learn something new, it's always the beginning of something else new. And with so many changes coming, you're always going to be at the beginning. So I love being at the beginning. I love stepping in and being um, the first to try and get it done, to see how everything's going to work. And it's a little challenging, because it requires some time that you got to put away. You do make your own schedule. I happen to go full throttle because, like I said, I at the time that I started all of this, um, a lot of the responsibilities that I had kind of dwindled down, and I found myself an empty nest syndrome. I found myself um, in a friendship that maybe I wasn't so fair in, or maybe I might have been a little judgmental about their being, their lifestyle. And because it was different from mine, I became even more judgmental. And because I was doing so much trying to build myself and build my business, I think I got a little resentful because time was missed and things that used to be enjoyable and fun no longer were enjoyable and fun. So it kind of spun us in another direction. But when you're when you are, what's the word I'm trying to say? When you are committed and dedicated to the people in your life, um, you do everything you can to, to try to make it work. It doesn't always work out, but sometimes it does. But anything in life, building a career, going back to school, starting a new job, building a home-based business, it's work. I don't want to lie and say that it's not, because it is. It's going to require you to give up some things that you may enjoy doing. But look at what you're going to benefit from giving up that that going out clubbing, or buying that 6 pack of beer, um, or whatever your twist is, um, to unwind and relax. And that's okay. You know, I'm not against drinking alcohol. What people do is what they do. That's their thing, whatever works for you. Everybody has their own twist. So whatever it is, but is it productive? Is it working for you? If it's not working for you, then you might want to quit that. So with that being said, you want to put the time in, work out your schedule, what works best for you. It may be early morning, it may be late evenings, it might be midday, your lunch hour, whatever. However you work it out, and soon you will see those few hours will definitely grow to more, because as the more you become engrossed in it, the more you're learning, the more that you're trying and implement things and putting things into play for it to work, you'll find that it pulls you. It pulls you. It will wake you up in the morning. It will keep you up late at night. And it'll have you kind of tweaking throughout your day, getting some things done. And lo and behold, before you know it, you'll be done, did some. You've been made some steps and made some then in the beginning. So can't wait to see how this comes out. But and I know I'm probably taking longer than I expected. But I just wanted to come and share with you that, as a home-based business owner, a new home-based business owner, new entrepreneur, stepping out on her own, the journey's amazing and beautiful. And yes, there's some things that I learned about myself. I learned the importance of putting me first. And I also learned the effects of not putting me first, what that gets me. So as I am continuing to grow, nurture myself, cultivate myself, definitely staying in prayer, practicing my gratitude and appreciate gratitude, thankfulness, and just appreciation of life overall. Um, I hope to be able to come better. Um, just okay. I just hope for people to just see that it's not a gimmick. I am a real person. Um, I had credit issues. I had uh, I had some health things that I wanted to work out on, trying to lose some weight, or just trying to choose healthier snacks, healthier ways of life, and you know, getting the proper minerals and nutrients that I might not have been getting from not cooking well balanced meals every day, because sometimes we fall off the track. So I not only utilize it, I am also a product of the product. So um, having little, having gone through some legalities and having to step up and be my own case manager for my child when he was growing, because raising a man child and raising a woman child, two different perspectives of the stick and two different beings, so you have to treat them the way that they are. But I learned a lot. I learned about the juvenile justice system. I learned about some of the things, the differences, which is not so different now, how Black men are treated versus Black females are treated when out and about in the community and approached by law enforcement of and how it's handled and carried out. So I think that everything that I'm a part of is pretty neat stuff that can help people and can help them navigate through life. And if you can share that information with other people and offer them the opportunity to do the same exact thing that you're doing, it's a no-brainer. Why not? Sharing is definitely caring. And just know that you're going to grow. You're going to grow throughout the process. Who you are when you start is not going to be who you are in the middle, and who you are going to become towards the end. Um, Definitely going to be different. But just know that on this journey, there's no ending. There's always going to be new beginnings. When you complete one thing, you're going to begin a whole nother thing. So let's just go out here and be great, be grateful for life, learn how to take care of ourselves, get rid of some of the blocks in our lives, whether it's in our finances, our relationships, our career, whatever it is that you want to go after, go for it. You get one life, and nobody can tell you that you can't do it. I would strongly suggest that you try it. At least try it. At least if you try it and you don't like it, that's different than never trying it and just coming up with your own reasons as to why it doesn't work. But I took a chance. I bet it on me, and it's working, guys. And I look forward to growing with you all. And I can't wait to get around and meet some more dynamic people, because everyone that I have come in contact with thus far has either led me to another dynamic person with talents and skills, because along this journey, I'm realizing that having a coach is going to help. It's good to have people to talk to, which is life guides, and I love that. You know, I not only get to help other people navigate that, care for their loved ones, may have gone through financial hardships, that may be dealing with life traumas, just like myself. Um, but I also get to lean on my my peers, and we get to lean on each other and grow and help each other and make each other better. And it's just a beautiful, amazing experience. That's the only word I have for it. I cannot explain this experience no better than it's just amazing, because I came in knowing nothing, um, except for what I researched and what I followed for years. So if you're one of those that just likes to sit back and watch people, hey, I was you. I was one of those ones that sat back and watched everybody else doing things and everything, until one day something just went off inside of me and said, hey, I think this is something I might want to do, something I might be interested in. And God led me to people that knew exactly what I wanted to get into, knew exactly somewhat of the realm of the industry. So if you're watching, just keep watching. When you're ready, we'll be ready for you. So have a wonderful day, guys, and enjoy life. Take care of the people that you have in your life, and take care of you. Most importantly, take care of you. And I'm finding that it's not selfish to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, nobody else is. And if you are the everything to everyone else and you're not taking care of yourself, you're not going to be there for everyone else. And I want to be there. I got some grandbabies that I want to see grow up that are showing me their true personalities right now, who they're going to become. So I'm enjoying it. So I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself and that I'm doing everything that I need to do, so that when I do reach whatever that level of success in my life, lifestyle, my finances, my health, my mental well being, and my spiritual life, I want to be full. I want to be full so that my overflow can help others. And I want to stay in the abundance mindset. Like I said, money has never been a big thing for me. Um, Always had it, never really worried too much about it. Worried more about when it was less, when it's not so much. But nonetheless, God has always made a way in my life, and He's continuing to make a way in my life. He's just opened doors that allowed me to educate myself to better understand different ways and how I can grow um, as a being and as a person, and create a better life and lifestyle for myself. One that I'm not going to say is stress free, but it's giving me the tips and the tools and the skills to worry less, because worry doesn't do anything about it. Worry just causes more worry, and it doesn't change the situation, and it does not move you from point A to point B. And what we want to do is move from point A to point B, from point B to point C, and on down the letters of the alphabet. For as long as life, God allows us breath in our body to do so. So I want to thank you for your time, and I apologize if I went over. But I felt very strong to come and let you know that I'm a real person. I have a real life. I have real feelings. I get emotional sometimes. And although sometimes the emotional part of becoming a better person, a better career person, a better business person, an entrepreneur, it's not always spoken upon as much. And you're kind of told to not get too emotional about it. But I found for me, trying to ignore the emotional side was hurting me more than just paying attention to it. So I figured I'll grab the bull by the horns and just ride it, because it is an emotional roller coaster for me. It's been up and down, up and down, up and down for quite some years. And now, as I'm learning how to steer it a little bit straight, um, life's still going to go up and down. It's still going to go up and down, but because of what I'm learning and because of what I'm applying to my life, I'm handling it better. I'm not handling it like I did uh, before. I'm finding a way to be graceful and loving myself and accepting myself for who I am and where I am and for what I have at the present moment. Because the only thing that I have is this present moment. Tomorrow's not promised to no one. I could do this live, this video, and post it up and then and never be seen again. But should that happen, I hope that if you get nothing else from me, love yourself, love your family, go for your dreams, bet on you, and invest in you. You'll never go wrong. You'll never go wrong. And put God first. Put Him first and foremost in your life. If you don't have a relationship with God, work on developing a relationship with God. And my relationship with God has been going on for 53 years. As church was non-negotiable in our family coming up, you went to church. If you didn't go to church, you sat your butt on that step all summer because you didn't go to church. So therefore you couldn't do any other activities, which I experienced. And I think I shared that with you guys, but that was okay, cool with me too, because I was putting on them stockings and them slips and stuff to be hot. But you give or take. It didn't stop God from being a part of my life. It didn't stop God from coming in and blessing me. It didn't stop God from allowing me to experience life or experience love from my family or experience anything that He wanted me to experience. Everything God wanted me to have, He's pretty much given it to me. So I tell you the same thing. Love God, love you, love your family. Know your family is not going to be your all in all, your everything. They're probably not going to join you in your pursuits, but they are the ones that's going to support you. They are the ones that's going to encourage you. They are the ones that's going to call you up and say, girl, keep going. You're doing great. Don't stop now. Like, keep going. I want to see what your next thing is going to be. And that's what family's all about. And that's what you find in community. It's not so much of someone helping you to do what you do. It's more so someone, encouraging you to do what you do. And that's what you find in community. It's not so much of someone helping you to do what you do. It's more so someone encouraging you to do what you do. And that's what you find in community. It's not so much of someone helping you to do what you do. It's more so someone reassuring you and believing in you and telling you that you got this. You can do it too. And then you do it. Everyday life stuff. Nothing different. Everyday life stuff. People think it's amazing, but it's really not. And what I'm finding that's amazing is that what once was uh, is no more. We were taught to go to school, get a good education, go to college, pursue a college education, and pursue a career. Get your career job, bam, you got it. Well, now it's go to school, grow yourself, go to college, pursue your career. While doing, get your career, and while doing so, even if it's while you're going through school, because you have to be at least, I would say at least 23 to start. I would say 23 is a good age uh, to start. And there's some entrepreneurs that are younger, but you can do all of that and still build you a business at the same time if you make time for it. And it's funny how we're getting to an era where that is going to become second nature. It's going to be almost as if you're not um, doing some type of work, line of work, and doing a business. I guess you'll always be behind the eight ball, because it amazes me that this has been going on my whole life, and I failed to take advantage of the opportunity. I wish I would have taken advantage of the opportunity a little sooner, but I guess everything happens for a reason, and because they always say timing is everything. God's precise timing is everything. It's divinely happening through him. So wherever you are in your time travel, your time journey, um, embrace it, lean into it, and be the best you that you can be. And while you're at it, if you get a chance to help somebody along the way, please do. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything to help someone, to give them advice, to give them a ride, to help them out in their time of need. And what I found is that it's not so much about what you get back as much as it is what you give out, because what you receive is not always going to be monetary. Sometimes it's just a good feeling in your heart that you did well that day, that you made a difference in somebody else's life. So as I work through my things, you guys work through yours, and I hope to see you soon. And please reach out to me if you would like to come and participate in any business exposure overview of service and products, because I'm here. I'm out here, guys. I'm out here. So holla at your girl. I love you. And have a great day. Happy Sabbath Friday, everyone. I love you. And be good to yourself. Talk to you soon. Bye.